people just going out hating people just because of the way that they were born. Yes, that is racism. Absolutely it is. However, just because someone takes violence against somebody and stuff doesn't mean not taking violence against somebody is not racism. You know what I mean? Racism is in America, racism is a system. It is a system built around the advancement of one group that has to disenfranchise another group. It has to. The group that's been constantly disenfranchised in this country are indeed black people. Why do I say that? Well, a lot of immigrants come into this country, whether legally or illegally. A lot of immigrants come in this country. And there are a lot of programs for immigrants in this country. I know for a fact that when people come to this country from other countries at the airports and customs, they show them a video. And part of this video, they show the people that you need to stay away from in America. Most of those people are black people. And then they paint up the most general, fucked up description of black. Basically, to the racist white folks in charge of this country, we're all basically just one huge walking, talking, fucking stereotype that you can see on any fucking reality TV show. That's us, all of us, no matter what. No matter how eloquently I'm speaking to you, no matter how much you guys may forget that I also have a PhD, I'm one of those people, according to the media, according to those in charge, according to those who control the narrative on how black people are presented to the world. I'm just one huge walking, talking fucking stereotype. Now, a couple of y'all be like, well, you know, I don't really believe that and stuff. You know, I know that that's not true. Yes, you may know that that's not true. However, that does not stop your line of questioning, because every intelligent every black person who has been in contact with a non-black person has heard a really, really, really fucked up, ridiculous fucking question that usually starts with, how come black people? Or why do black people? And then the bullshit just follows after that. That's racism, because you honestly thought that enough to think that it was true, and you had to verify that information by asking another black person that. Meanwhile, if someone asks that about your own group, you get heavily fucking offended at that. However, we're supposed to fucking take it. That's called racism. I told y'all this was going to get rough, so please don't get mad at me for being rough when I told y'all that this shit was going to start nice and easy. Then it was going to get rough. So we at the rough part. Racism is not just the extreme shit that they want you guys to believe. Racism is how differently groups of people are treated in the judicial system. Now, if a black person commits a murder, his face is plastered all over the news immediately. Whereas if a white person predicts something, you can almost tell when a white person does something fucked up because they keep his identity hidden. You know, they have all types of excuses. Do you know black people are not allowed to have mental illnesses? Because you've never heard the mental illness dispute whenever a black person commits a crime. Meanwhile, there was a fucking shooting at a club. At the time I'm recording this, there was a shooting at a club in Thousand Oaks, California. Thousand Oaks is not that far. It's not that close to me either, but it's part of Los Angeles. I think it's Los Angeles County, so it might be Ventura County, but it's I've gone hiking there. Put it like that. Thousand Oaks, California. There was a club shooting. The club was called Borderline. Now, don't think that that's not a coincidence. There was a white dude who shot up a club called Borderline, and this motherfucker was about as racist as the motherfucking president of the United States right now. However, as time goes by, they're going to call in mental issues and all that. I can just fucking tell. I might get if I get an alert while I'm recording this that tells me that, I will I will stop the show and I will tell you guys that right now. But yeah, that kind of stuff happens. Racism is an unarmed black child can get shot by a cop who was, quote unquote, afraid for their life. Nothing happens to the police officer. And then they ask Then they asked the black family on the news, do you forgive this person for shooting somebody? See, they never ask any other group, do they forgive somebody for harming them? You understand what I'm saying? They never ask that shit. A couple weeks ago, and I almost brought the show back then for this. A couple weeks ago, there was a white woman in a convenience store, and a little black boy. She accused him of grabbing her ass and called the police on this little boy. Called the police on him. You see the video, the little boy did not contact her at all. If anything touched her on the ass, it was the little boy's book bag. Now, I am a 35-year-old man. I take public transportation. I carry a bag with me when I go places. My bag has grabbed so much ass. And just the bag. It's because it's crowded on fucking public transportation. Where my bag is, sometimes it might bump into somebody or whatever. More times than not, I turn around and say, excuse me, I'm sorry, my bag's in the way. And people are like, oh, don't even worry about it. It's fucking crowded as hell on this train. Don't trip on it. You know, people can understand that. Also, everybody who's in the sound of my voice has had a hand on their butt at some point in time. You know what a hand on your butt feels like. You also know what a hand on your butt that ain't supposed to be there feels like. So when she said that this little boy grabbed her ass and then he called the police on him, they pulled this boy on TV and asked him if he forgave this woman for lying on him. And he said, hell no, this bitch crazy. He said that shit. He didn't say it just like that. He did call her crazy, but he ain't say this bitch was crazy because he's a little young and his mom was there. But he was like, no, I don't forget. Man, why would you ask me something like that? She's putting me through this kind of stuff. I'm only a little kid. So You understand where I'm going with this. They never ask any other group if they forgive the person that's basically abusing them. Black people were always told to forgive our abusers and to be nice and to be jolly. We got to be like the fucking stereotypical ass niggas that they put on TV in old fucking minstrel shows. Meanwhile, everybody else can defend themselves. Everybody else can build wealth for their fucking families and shit. But when it comes to us, everybody in the fucking country who does not look like us, for the most part, treats us like we just got to be fucking Uncle fucking Toms and shit all the goddamn time. That's racism. Because if you're listening to this show right now thinking that I'm wrong for saying something like this, there's a problem with you and not me. Halloween just passed. Every fucking Halloween. There's always one or two white people who decides they want to dress up as a black character, which is fine. I dress up as white characters very often. You know why? Because sometimes I have a connection with that character, no matter what their skin color is. However, I never paint my fucking skin to be that fucking person. White people got this thing where they gotta fucking paint their skin black to be somebody. They got to. And they know it's fucked up. I got into a Facebook fucking argument with somebody who swore up and all the way down. And he did every racist white dude trick in this shit. And I called him out every fucking time on it. He's like, oh no, blackface is not a problem. I'm like, blackface is a huge fucking problem, dude. First of all, calm that bullshit the fuck down saying that it's not. Because it is. Huge fucking problem. He's like, well, you know, back in college, me and my black friends, who he didn't name or tag, because this was on Facebook where you can tag motherfuckers and shit. And he was around my age, so he's still friends with his fucking college friends, so he can kiss my black ass on that. Then he brought in his political beliefs. Oh, I'm a liberal. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Black people listening to this shit. When somebody dives in and tells you they political fucking leanings and shit, they basically just made a racist fucking comment to you. Why is that? Because the Democratic Party has always, for years, for several decades, depended on black people blindly fucking voting for them. So when somebody says, oh, I'm a Democrat, they think that black people just automatically fucking on their side. That's why Hillary Clinton fucking lost, because she showed up doing the fucking Dougie at fucking interviews and shit, talking about I carry hot sauce in my purse and shit, patronizing the living shit out of black people. And then somebody was like, wait a minute, this bitch is fucking crazy. Because Hillary Clinton put more black people in jail than a lot of motherfuckers. Alright? So calm that shit down. Don't try to fucking pacify me by your political beliefs, because I'm not the fucking one. You know? They come up with that shit trying to pacify you. A lot of times racism is sent to pacify you. I'm going to put you in your place in a way that you can't understand, because your little black mind ain't as smart as my white one. That's how they think. Trust me, it is. It really is. And they hate an intelligent motherfucker like me. They really do. Because I hit motherfuckers with facts and not opinions. I don't care about emotions. I'm all about facts, not emotions. I'm sorry, I said opinions. I meant emotions. So yeah. So that the whole election thing, when people telling you to vote, they on BET with motherfucking mumble rappers. Y'all gotta get out and vote. Nigga, can you vote? Can your felony having ass vote? Why are you telling me to vote? Oh, if you don't vote, you know, you can't complain. Black people have been voting in this country for decades. And ain't shit got better or worse for us. And voting ain't gonna save shit. Voting ain't gonna change shit. You know why? Because the person abusing you will never give you the tools to stop them from abusing you. You just picking somebody else to do the shit. Half the time you're not even doing that. Because if you really, really look into gerrymandering and how they draw up congressional districts and shit, sometimes you ain't even gotta leave the fucking crib to vote, because they already decided who the fuck was gonna win a long fucking time ago. The fucking system is built against you. People of color listening to this show, poor white people listening to this show. The system is built against you. It is designed to make you feel like this shit is working for you. However, if you look at the evidence, if you look at the history of this fucking country, everything in it has been built against you. They do not have your best interests in mind. They will make it feel like they do, just to get you to show up and put something, check a fucking box. But after that, they ain't gotta do a goddamn thing for you. Unless you back them financially, they don't have any obligation to you whatsoever fucking ever. So when people come up to me telling me, oh man, you should vote. Why? Cause your grandma, your ancestors fought for the right to vote. I know more about my family history than anybody else, and I can tell you that that is not true. Without going into my fucking family history, I can tell you that it is absolutely not true. At all. Whatsoever. But if you want to go that way, fine. So, racism, it's a fucking system built to harm one group to build up another. How did this shit work so long? Well, I've had this, I've said this in my private life, that the super rich people, as long as they can keep the strong people and the stupid people at odds, they can do whatever the fuck they want. Listen to what I just said. I'm going to say that one more time. When the super rich can keep the strong people, the people who can defend themselves by strength alone, and the stupid people, if you can keep those two groups fighting each other, y'all can do whatever the fuck you want, because they're too distracted with bullshit. That's some deep shit that I really, really want y'all to fucking process. That's some real deep shit that goes on in the world today. Because there's less of them than there is of everyone else. Now, let me clear up something real quick, because some of y'all might be thinking, like, damn, Aaron, you had a lot to say about how fucked up white people are. Do you hate white people? Absolutely not. I deal with non-black people. I deal with black people. I deal with people on an individual basis. I'm cool with white people. Cool with Spanish people. I'm cool with South American people. I'm cool with